Hey guys, what's up? J-Kip here, and today, well, Avatar is over 15 years old, so let's talk about it.
No, not that Avatar. God, no, not that movie. Avatar: The Last Airbender, which was an amazing show with fast, fluid action, some fun comedy, and the show had a great balance of the two, and it was great.
And I wanted to rewatch the series because it's 15th anniversary and the Netflix series that's coming out. So, let's rank my top 15 Avatar episodes. Let's go.
Number 15. Siege of the North. Yeah, there aren't going to be too many episodes from Season 1 on this list.
And I mean, it's not like I don't like the season. The season's still really good, just it's the weakest out of the three.
But there's a reason why it's on here. It's mainly because the ending in ZUKO. The ending is really sad. I liked Yue, and Sokka actually had a relationship, which was shown the relationship grow. Now, sure, didn't have too much time, but it had enough that I knew that I liked her. And when Zuko gets a hold of Aang, I like seeing that he'll do anything to get to Avatar and regain his honor, and I like that. And I like that he actually kind of protects him, sorta, not really. And then when he fights Zhao, that's pretty cool, even though his death was meh. But whatever, it's a pretty good episode. I like it. Number 14. The Storm. Okay, this is the last episode on this list from the first season. Like I said, it's the weakest, even though I still love it. And my favorite episode from season 1, because this episode is the first episode that's more serious than the others, showing why Aang ran away from the Air Temple and why Zuko is the way that he is. And I really love that episode because I understand why they feel the way they are. Aang feels terrible because when he left, the Fire Nation became powerful during that time. I understand why Zuko's angry, because he wants his honor back, damn it! But really, he just wants to be loved by his father. This episode is really good, especially when Aang saves everybody from the storm, and when Zuko decides not to chase them, and so he can save his crew, and I love this episode. It's great. Number 13. The Awakening. This being the first episode of Season 3, this episode shows what happened after the cliffhanger of Season 2.
Which, trust me, I'll get to later.
But we're talking about this episode, with everything being different for Aang. He has to deal with pretending to be dead and hiding his arrows. He feels like he's failed everyone because he lost Avatar State, and seeing Aang let go his staff, which was one of the last relics from the Air Nomads, it's really sad. And the episode is really good because of that. It just changes things up. And I really like it. Oh, and I just want to mention, it's weird to see Aang with hair.
I have hair?
Number 12. The Headband. Okay, there's a reason why I put this one on the list. After all the dark things that happened in the episodes before, I think this episode was necessary for the characters to relax and have fun. Aang goes to a Fire Nation school by accident and teaches all the kids to have fun. Seeing Guitar and Aang as that fight dancer, whatever the hell this is. But it was fun, and it was needed to see the characters have fun, and it needed to show how the Fire Nation worked. I like seeing how the Fire Nation kids are taught, and how it's different than everyone else is taught. And I think it's actually a really good episode. It's really fun.
That settles it. No more school for you, young man.
Number 11. Nightmares and Daydreams. In this episode, Aang can't sleep.
And no, not the chase. That'll be here later on this list.
It's because of the next episode, which I will get to, as he's to fight the Fire Lord, even though he doesn't in the next episode, but he thinks he does. And he's having nightmares and seeing things.
Boy, you are really starting to lose it, kid. You, my friend, are just a few plums short of a fruit pie.
But talking Momo and Appa isn't why it's on the list.
It's because this episode sets up the fight with Aang and the Fire Lord, him being afraid and always feeling he needs to train more and more. And because of his nightmares, it sets up that Aang has a lot to learn and is really scared, and every nightmare gets worse and worse. And the daydreams definitely help the fun nature of this episode, and I really enjoy it for the daydreams and for it setting up the next episode. The beach. Yeah, this episode wasn't originally gonna get on the list, but neither was Nightmares and Daydreams. But I rewatched the series because I had to rewrite the damn script. But it wasn't for me rewriting the script, this episode wouldn't be on the list. This episode sets up characters for everybody here, and I really enjoy it, but the big reason why it's here is because of Azula.
Yes! We defeated you for all time! You will never rise from the ashes of your shame and humiliation! That was fun.
She's so damn serious when she says things. I really think it's funny here.
That's a sharp outfit, Chan. Careful. You could puncture the hull of an Empire-class Fire Nation battleship, leaving thousands to drown at sea. Because it's so sharp.
It's really funny to see her in an actual environment with regular people. And that is the best part of the episode.
Together, you and I will be the strongest couple in the entire world. We will dominate the Earth!
But also it's because of the ending at the fireplace, with everyone saying exactly why they are the way they are. I liked Tylee and Mai before this, but it made them a little better. But what was really important was Zuko and Azula. Finally saying that he was confused to everyone. This sets up him eventually joining Avatar, and I really like this episode. Hell, even Azula got some character.
My own mother thought I was a monster. She was right, of course, but it still hurt.
This shows she has some heart. I mean, not much, but some. And if it wasn't for that, the character would have originally had a redemption, which I would have liked. But it does set up her at the end of the series, and this episode is a great episode with a lot of character development. And I'm glad that I added it on here, and I'm glad they destroyed that asshole's house.
Yes! We defeated you for all time! You will never rise from the ashes of your shame and humiliation! That was fun.
Number 9. The Day of Black Sun. The Day of Black Sun finally comes after being set up in Season 2, and it's great. The Avatar finally showing that he's alive. Being a two-parter, it's much more time, and it's one of Azula's best comebacks.
You're trying to keep us here and waste all our time!
Right. I think your friend just said that, genius. And since you can't see, I should tell you I'm rolling my eyes.
As Zuko's positive change arc finally happens, being built up since Season 1, as he finally sets up to his father. And the episode's action is great too, one of the best Earthbender fights in the series, and it has a good ending. Sad, but still having some hope.
I'm going to join the Avatar, and I'm going to help him defeat you.
And also Aang cuts his hair. Of course it has to be on this list. Number 8. Ember Island Players. This is the best recap episode ever. Where most recaps are shit and they're just a clip show, this one instead recaps the series and makes fun of it and why we love this series.
I'm the Avatar, silly! Here to spread joy and fun! Wait, is that a woman playing me? Don't do that! That's not what I'm like! And I'm not a woman!
Huh. Actually, Aang is voiced by a little kid. Not a woman. Which is weird. Normally it is a woman.
Oh, they nailed you, Twinkle Toes!
As everyone's exaggerations of themselves, with Zuko always worried about his honor and his hair getting longer and longer.
Which is pretty spot on. Oh, except for the eye on the wrong side. Hey, whoa, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking about the actor. He got it on the wrong side, not you, Zuko. You're all good.
The scar's not on the wrong side!
Hey, whoa, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking about the actor. He got it on the wrong side, not you, Zuko. You're all good.
Katara caring too much and Sokka making even worse jokes. But Toph's actor is the most off out of all of them.
I can see you doing that. I see everything that you see, except I don't see like you do. I release a sonic wave from my mouth.
Which is really off, but at least Toph likes it.
There. I got a pretty good look at you.
As this episode does a great job recapping too, as they understandably skip some things.
Look, it's the Great Divide, the biggest canyon in the Earth Kingdom.
Let's keep flying!
Yeah, understandable.
But what's really great is they make fun of the series' flaws. They show what I love about it. Like Zuko talking about honor, it's great, and he does do it a lot.
My honor. My honor. It was my honor that I wanted. Lost my honor.
I must find the Avatar to restore my honor.
Okay, that's enough.
And it is great. Well, the play isn't good. The recap is great. And I think the best recap episode ever.
That wasn't a good play.
I'll say.
No kidding. Horrible. You said it.
But the effects were decent.
Number 7. The Puppet Master. Yeah, compared to other episodes in this list, this is the darkest. With the idea of waterbending equals a bloodbend is actually kind of scary that most waterbenders can take control of your body. So overpowered, this episode's imagery is the moon making it look even better. And The Puppet Master is a great episode that I really enjoy. The chase. Yep, now I'm talking about this episode. In this episode, no one gets sleep because Azul is being a bitch and chasing them all night, and this results in...
I'm completely calm!
Some annoyance.
As this episode is the first episode with Toph in the main group, and this makes everyone fight with everyone. Understandably, them in a bad mood, and ending is good with Iroh being wise and helping Toph. Everybody fighting Azul, who has one of her best lines in the episode.
You don't see the family resemblance? Here's a hint.
I must find the Avatar to restore my honor.
Yeah, it's actually pretty accurate.
It's okay. You can laugh. It's funny.
Okay.
Okay, I just really enjoyed this episode. It's great. Number 5. The Crossroads of Destiny. This being the last episode of the second season, it was a great way to end the season, with the conversation between Iroh and Aang in the beginning, which is good. And then Zuko finally chooses which side he's on. I mean, it's the wrong side, and making his positive exchange arc go back. But it's sad that happens, and it's really sad, and just makes you wonder what's going to happen next. The action in the episode is good, and it's a really good episode. And it is a really sad ending to the season. Number 4. Zuko Alone. Oh yeah, this episode's cinematography is beautiful. Most of the images explain Zuko extremely well, and it looks beautiful. As a story, it's simple, and the story is just great. You can just tell by looking at the images. And you feel bad for Zuko, as he has to deal with being Fire Nation, as he has to use his powers, and everyone hates him, even though they just saved him. I mean, I understand why they hate the Fire Nation, but he just helped him, and then you get some backstory when he was a kid, which I like to see too. And it's a really good character study for Zuko, seeing exactly why he is the way he is. And it's just a great episode. It's one of the best in the series, and probably my favorite ZUKO episode. Number 3. The Southern Raiders. As in this episode, Katara still doesn't trust ZUKO, but he tries to get her to trust him by finding her mother's killer. As this is the big reason why the episode's on the list. Because of the scene that's raining and makes the atmosphere. And Katara uses blood bending. It shows, yeah, she's pissed and wants that asshole dead. And it's what she does to confront him. It's such an emotional scene. I love it. The guy is such an asshole. And Katara's understandably pissed off. But she figures to let him live.
Which is worse than killing him. His life is shit. Killing him would be too easy.
But Katara doesn't forgive him, giving him more. You don't have to forgive everyone, but don't live your life for revenge. She also forgives Zuko. I love this episode. It's a great episode for Katara.
Well, hello!
Okay, the number 1 and 2 was really hard for me to choose. I really didn't know which one to pick. I was split, but I decided. Number 2 is Sozin Comet. Yeah, this was hard to choose, but I have to give the final 4 episodes my number 2 pick. This episode was amazing, and the build episodes before this was great. The payoff was, so worked, with the action episode looking great. The fighting is fluid, and it's, so good. There are 3 big parts of this episode. First, I'll talk about Katara and Zuko versus Azula. And yeah, by this point, Azula's kinda crazy, which I do think happened a bit fast. I would have liked to see it happen a little bit not as fast, but whatever. It's really sad when you see the fight between her and Zuko, and he sadly loses, which I think he's probably the one that should have fought her. But whatever, Katara takes her down. And you can really see in this fight how Katara's grown as a waterbender, seeing the very end of this fight how she wins, which, yeah, it really shows how she's grown. And seeing Azula cry is really sad. Seeing what her father has done to her through her life and how perfect she feels like she needed to be.
Damn last Airbender for screwing up her redemption!
Ugh, whatever. There's also Toph, Sokka, and Suki who are taken out of airships, which I will say is my least favorite part about all the fights in this episode. But it's still great. The most sad thing to happen is they lose the space sword and Boomerang ain't coming back.
Yeah, but I'm going to the bathroom to cry.
And then we got the main event, Aang versus the Fire Lord. And yeah, this is great. Mark Hamill doing a great job as a Fire Lord. Aang doesn't want to kill the Fire Lords. I like that he came up with a creative way to stop him. And the fight has some great action, being especially when Aang gets back to Avatar state. And the episode just looks amazing. It was a great end of the series, even though I wish it went on just a little bit longer. But it still was a great way to end the series. Okay, before we get to number 1, I have a few honorable mentions. The Boy in the Iceberg. Yeah, I felt like I should mention this episode because it's the first episode. Introduce the characters. The drill, and I guess I'll put the Serpent Path on here too. Okay, some people consider this a 2-parter. I don't. The drill is the only one that's getting an honorable mention. The other one, I don't. It was originally going to get on the list, the drill, but I changed my mind. The Runaway. Okay, the first time I watched this episode, I didn't like it, but it grew on me a little, but I still think it's a little out of character for Aang to agree to do all the scams. The Western Air Temple. I like seeing Zuko try to be good and join team with Avatar, but to fail miserably, and hey, him imitating Iroh Azul is pretty funny too.
What would Uncle do? Zuko, you have to look within yourself to save yourself from your other self. Listen, Avatar. I can join your group, or I can do something unspeakably horrible to you and your friends. Your choice.
And the number 1 Avatar episode is The Tales of Ba Sing Se. Yeah, it was really hard to choose, but this has to be number 1, because it's everything that makes Avatar so great. It's a seriousness I love, it has comedy, it's just great. And I would have to say Iroh's segment is the best. With him being so wise, helping a mugger get a better stance, which Normally you wouldn't help a mugger get better at mugging, but this is Irony's just trying to help him not mug anymore. With the ending really sad, Ira was singing to his picture of his son, and as this is really sad, Mako does a great job in this segment. It's dedicated to him, and that makes it really sad.
If only I could have helped you. Leaves from the vine, falling so slow.
Yeah, but I'm going to the bathroom to cry.
Brave soldier boy comes marching home.
But there's Sokka segment to make me happier. This one is really funny with him trying to make haikus.
Squish squash, sling that slang. I'm always right back at you. Like my boomerang.
I don't have much to say about this, so here, just watch a clip.
That's right, I'm Sokka. It's pronounced with an aka. Young ladies, I rocked ya.
And it's great, showing the comedy part of Avatar well. And then Katara and Toph have a segment where Toph really doesn't care what she looks like, and them having fun. It's a really good segment, and I do like it. And then Zuko has a fun date, with him being angry and a terrible juggler, but the ending makes up for him, and giving her a nice end of the date, but at least Zuko had fun. But then there's Aang's segment, which, yeah, is my least favorite, really, second least favorite. Reminds me more of Season 1, and it was fun to watch with him trying to get animals out of Ba Sing Se, but it's not the best segment for sure. And then the last segment is Momo, and that's just okay. There's no dialogue, and it's mostly just there to set up the next episode, but I love this episode, and it does a great job showing the environment of Ba Sing Se, and it's some of the best character moments in the series, and it just shows why I love the series and why it's great, and I think it's my favorite Avatar episode.
That's right, I'm Sokka. It's pronounced with an aka. Young ladies, I rocked ya.
And please, tell me your favorite Avatar episode in the comments, please. Wait! I've come to tell you there's another. Wait, aren't you dead? Technically, there was another version of me, but that doesn't matter. I can't explain that right now. There's another anniversary instead of Avatar, on something related to it. Wait, you don't mean... Yes, you have to do... Oh, fuck!
That's rough, buddy. Slang. I'm always right back at you. Like my boomerang.